You pay for so low, honestly, and it's actually impressive. And also the opportunity to travel around. You know, that's another pro.
We have a bullet train.
Yeah, the high-speed rail, unbelievable. Really,
so this train.
China terrorized minor.
People say, Sheku, you never say negative things about China. It's all about positive, positive, positive. Are you afraid to say something bad about China? You know what, I'm going to cross over there to that ball over there. And yeah, let's see. The thing is, I'm not afraid to say the things I've experienced here. And I don't fabricate things, you know. If, let's say, I experience racism in this place and then someone will be like, oh yeah, I told you, why would you want to go to a place that don't like black people? Oh, this is awesome, man, this is cool. But look at me, I'm here, I'm having a good time in China. Hello. I'm having a good time in China, and then basically people are saying certain things. Hello. They want to come out. Right. So people are saying certain things. Oh, this guy's got a smart car right there. And I don't get it. Honestly, I really don't get it. Why can't I just leave happily? I'm happy in China. Well, in this video, I'm not going to do any fancy edit because I do quite a lot of insane edit. A lot of people think I work for the government or I work for a corporation here. No. I'm struggling myself out here. I'm recording everything by myself, and I whack my camera around on my bike, and these cars are going past, and I'm actually a little bit paranoid if someone's going to whack it over. Of course, it's very safe here. I don't have to worry too much, and I just thought, let me just come here. So the video you're going to watch now, it's going to be, I don't know if you can hear me clearly, it's going to be an honest side of China. Of course, always, my videos are always honest, but of course, I'm going to tell you exactly how it is. Oh, 3 seconds. James gone. Everything you need to know with my American mate. We're talking about why the pros outweigh the cons. Alright, so I'm with Jordan, and we've got the light on just in case if we lose a daylight. So yeah,
hello.
There you go. Jordan, you probably know him now. In the last few episodes I shot an interview, specifically I wasn't on camera. So now I'm on camera and we'll talk about something. But first, before we carry on, I just want to say, like, please go and support his channel, subscribe, and yeah, so.
I appreciate it. Channel is Nash Jordan.
Nash
Jordan. Mentor, inspired, Nash Jordan.
There you go.
Just come on over there. It'll be a lot of talks in terms of living abroad, in terms of life, in terms of money, maybe in terms of love.
There you go.
A little bit of everything for you, but it'll be a lot of advice for you and everyone alike. And feel free to leave questions on Sheku's channel here, as well as on my channel, and I'll definitely be commenting or maybe even make a video reply to answer some of the questions that you guys have.
Topic, we're talking about the pros outweigh the cons here in China.
Pros outweigh the cons.
So, you know, I'm gonna lie to you, right? We recorded this video, but because of my bloody mistake, right? I did not switch on the stabilizer, so I checked the footage. It's the first time it happens to me, honestly. It's not just like that guy going off right now. It's mad. Pros and cons. So let's start with the cons first. Because you haven't been here in China for that long, so the first one I would say is when it comes to hotels. So if you're going to come into this country, not all the hotels accept foreigners. I understand you're going to be like, oh, there you go, that's the madness. But the thing is, once you're here, make sure you download this app called trip.com. It's going to save you. So the reason why, this app will state which hotel accept foreigners. And if you don't do that, Agoda, it's fine, but it's a lot more pricey. At Trip, it's a lot more affordable, and yes, of course, you don't have to worry. It's also in English as well. So if you want to change your languages to your language, it's perfectly fine. So definitely, I think is the best app here.
Yeah. So to add on to that, my main go-to would be Trip.com, and I'm an Airbnb guy. So I use those two.
Right.
Those help me get flights, help me get hotels. I think you can also get taxis and stuff as well. You know, you can do a bundle package depending on what you're doing. And I also recommend on whatever site you're using, you check the daily, weekly, and monthly rates, because those rates can change like dramatically. At least on Airbnb, the monthly rates sometimes are cheaper than the weekly rates. So if you're going to Japan for 1 week, for 5 days, 7 days, it could just be better for you to book for 1 month to save 60 or 70%.
Right, that's true. That's true. Absolutely. Definitely, I would say as well, when it comes to us, another con in terms of like people spitting.
People spitting, you know.
Yeah.
It is a clean place here mostly, but you will see mostly the guys, the men.
Yeah.
They'll just, you know, it sounds like they're coughing up a lung. They're spitting from deep within.
Right, it's not fun. It's not fun. For me, I found that absolutely gross.
And they'll spit right next to you, and you're walking. Oh.
And then guess what? If they're brave enough, they'll even look at you, and then guess what? They're not going to do nothing. They're just going to walk away. And I think that is gross. I think part of the reason why, because a lot of people here, they smoke. Smoking is nothing sexy.
Yeah, smoking, that's a different and separate con as well.
Yeah.
Smoking, I'm not a big fan of smoking. Cigarettes, of course, because at least in America, I think usually when I was growing up in the 90s, as I grew up, they started having a ban on smoking, especially indoors.
Right.
And that's what I don't like here, is that people will also smoke indoors.
Yeah.
They'll smoke indoors, and even if they don't smoke indoors, some of them will stand right at the entrance and smoke. So all that smoke is flooding and coming into the space, and you could be eating, you could be resting, and it's not a comfortable experience.
Yeah, it's not fun at all. I don't like it, you know. So
there are signs up that say don't smoke.
Don't smoke, but some people break it.
Some people break it. Like I know it's like a symbol sign is in my elevator, which of course some bars are still under construction, but it says don't smoke, no smoking. But sometimes I'll walk in the elevator and then I'll smell that residual, that leftover smoke. So I guess question for you, Khan here. How do you feel about the pressure to drink alcohol?
Pressure? I don't drink. I'm Muslim, so
I know, but that can be a con. It's a lot of pressure in Vietnam, a lot of pressure in China. They do a lot of drinking. Every holiday, every get a little get together. Sometimes you're dating a girl. She's like, oh, let's get them drink. Sometimes you're going out with friends. Sometimes you're going to KTV and they will order 16 beers, 20 beers. There's only 4 of you.
Yeah. I'll have to say though, like in terms of that. When I first moved here, because Chinese people are very friendly. So if you sit by yourself, if there's a lot of guys there drinking, they're going to offer. They're going to like. But I told them I'm Muslim. I don't drink alcohol. They was like, oh, that's good. So now what they normally do, they'll spoil me with food. They was like, okay, I'm going to get you food. Don't worry, right?
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, so definitely.
I know they'll definitely like offer you drinks and offer you. I've heard even some people say they'll offer you a cigarette. Granted, I haven't been offered cigarettes, but I have been offered like drinks before. You know, I went to a concert club, Yellow Live. Maybe I'll send you some video or pictures of that. It's a beautiful concert club. I've never been to a concert club to where you go there. There's appetizers, desserts you can eat. There's drinks, sodas, water, alcohol. Of course, the Chinese here, they love to have the alcohol. Every 15 minutes was a concert, was a song or dance routine. But long story short is that most of the club was not dancing. They was just relaxing, standing around the table, sitting in the VIP.
Right.
But my table, we were part of the dancing group that I mentioned before, and we were dancing every time the concert on the stage stopped. We were dancing around the table, in between the table. We pushed the chairs apart, and we had a good location, so our table was in the center of the club. And I guess that could be considered a VIP in a way too. But here we are dancing in the middle of this concert club, and people would give us drinks, or they'll call us over, or a couple of ladies were leaving, and they kind of gave us their drinks, and I was like, oh, okay, put it on the table. We know some people have a problem with the pollution in terms of the air pollution.
Yeah, that's what.
spent last year in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. So in comparison to Ho Chi Minh City and Tianjin, China, I think the pollution is better here. So I guess it's more of a positive for me. To me, it feels the air is cleaner here. But if you look online in terms of the, I think the ACI index and all this, you can see different times of the year, as well as sometimes, I guess, pollution, like gray clouds, but I guess that kind of depends on your sensitivity, depends on your location. We're in Tianjin. Our air is better than Beijing, but being that we are so close to Beijing, it's still all the same region.
Right. That's true. That's true.
And then it also depends on if you're in a factory type town. You know, maybe you're in Dongguan, to where they're mass producing anything from clothes to tires, and then all that smog goes into the air. Now you're breathing it. I highly recommend air purifiers. I have 2. I mostly only use one of them, one in my room. But air purifiers are great, just in general.
True. That's true. Yeah, I'll definitely recommend that. Yeah, your air purifier, the one you recommend, actually, that one's quite nice. Basically, I think these are some of the cons when it comes towards living here in China: pollution, people spitting, and of course, the hotel situation. In terms of accommodation, I haven't faced that much problem. I think in terms of heating, so you're facing.
Yeah, so I guess so that was a situation that I was dealing with. It kind of got it resolved,
right?
Because I finally had an HVAC air con guy come over, but it took him 3 hours to repair my system.
Okay.
Ideally, you want to have heat all year, at least not all year round, but you want to have the availability of it. Some people here have space heaters. I ordered a radiator, but I still haven't received it yet because the delivery here, I guess, could be another negative. I have some problems with receiving packages. As you saw in the one video, we have the one location there, but some places have a hard time finding it. So they're like lost in this area here.
Yeah, I think it might be just your situation here.
Yeah.
From what I leave,
it goes to the building.
It just goes straight to the building.
Yeah.
So no problem. So that's another key tips, really. If you're gonna leave in an apartment, make sure like they have a delivery storage. So whenever you order thing on Taobao, and then it will get delivered. So now let's talk about the pros. You want to say anything else?
No, I think that's good.
Yeah. So now let's talk about the pros. What are some of the pros?
Some of the pros: cost of living, such as the cost of food.
That's it. Food is so inexpensive. Look at us, man.
Inexpensive and good. Inexpensive and good.
My favorite, Xinjiang.
Xinjiang, of course, southern Chinese food.
Yeah.
You know, I've been eating, it seems like I've been favoring, I guess, the northern, western food. It seems those type of restaurants have where I've been leaning towards.
Yeah.
They make, I guess we could call it like a lot of stews or a lot of roasts.
Yeah.
Barbecue and more. They're recording behind us too.
Yeah.
But no, the food is good, but it also depends on what region you like.
Yeah.
Do you like more soups? Do you want the nice thick stew? Do you want your international food, your American food, your London food? They have restaurants that can give you your fish and chips, or we have our McDonald's here.
Facts.
You can have your thick tomahawk steaks. Granted, some of those foreign foods will cost a lot. Like I think I saw a steak meal cost maybe 386 RMB.
Ooh, £30.
Yeah, I think it's maybe 35 pounds. It was more than that. Yeah,
that's quite a lot.
And that doesn't sound like a lot. In London and America, 30 pounds.
That's all right. That's
all. That's all in America.
Yeah.
No, but out here, like that 386 feels like 386 pounds or dollars to them. It's not the equal of RMB. It's not, but that's how it feels. So 386 RMB can get you 10 or more meals.
True.
From that one steak meal that I saw.
Absolutely.
But I will say, I guess in terms of food here, so I went with a lady friend to a restaurant here. and granted, she was kind of upset at the price. And that's kind of the difference of the local Chinese versus me. The total bill came to about 156 RMB, which it is high, but it's also okay for England people, USA people. But for her, she was a bit upset. She was a bit embarrassed because it seemed like way too much. We go there, they charge us roughly 79 or just divide it in half, about 79 per person. Okay, but I ordered 2 passion fruit drinks, orange juice. She ordered an ice cream coffee, We ordered chocolate cake.
Yeah.
She ordered like a tiramisu, souffle. I ordered a corn chowder. I ordered a pizza. I ordered garlic bread, croissants, and a couple other things. We had about 12 items for the cost of maybe 14 pounds.
Wow.
$16.
That is so cheap, man.
So,
That's insane.
okay,
Yeah.
she was upset. She still enjoyed all that food. She loved it. And granted, I loved it too. And for 12 items, it was great.
Yeah, it's not like the lady's trying to be cheap, but it's just like the way it is here.
It was more so like, I guess, deceiving because like the
Yeah.
guy walked in and said it would be $89, all we can eat, but then the price pretty much doubled when we walked out. So for her, she was like, I don't know, the guy, he didn't tell us the right information. To her, it felt like a scam. He tells you one price, and then you leave, the price is double.
Yeah, so that's a mistake, honestly. Another pro, I would say, definitely our friendly people are here.
Friendly people,
and
yeah.
very, very nice people. And that's the one thing. People go their way just to help you out. Some people, of course, they'll do it because they want to impress their friends around, or they'll be like buying you, like, so you drink, they buy you a drink.
On occasion, rare, very rare, very rare. I'm not much of a drinker. I will say that. No.
Right.
No.
Like, so for me, of course, I don't. I drink water, of course.
No, if anything, I drink too much soda and too much fruit juice. The fruit juice out here, I think, is really cheap for like fresh, 100% raspberry, strawberry, apple. I love apple juice, and the apple juice is amazing. Amazing price, amazing quality. And don't be confused when we say the word cheap. So, the quality is still high.
The quality is so high.
It's high.
And then, like, for what you pay for, it's so low, honestly, and it's actually impressive. And also the opportunity to travel around. That's another pro.
We have a bullet train.
Yeah, the high-speed rail. Unbelievable. Really.
This train goes like, I think it said 350 something kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
This is like, I think, 250 miles per hour, give or take. I don't know. I'm bad with the conversion of miles to km. It's not a good conversion, but it goes so fast. We can go from here to Beijing. I think the fastest is maybe 30 or 35 minutes.
Well, Beijing, definitely. Yeah. We live very, very close to Beijing. Sometimes some of the train system as well, the high-speed rail, they're not actually operating to the maximum speed.
Yeah.
They cap it.
Yeah, they told us that. So I was told that back in the day, the trains used to go like 400 or almost 500 km per hour, which is nuts.
That's insane. That is so fast. And the one thing is, like, when you're on it as well, it's not expensive at all. It's very comfortable, very, very clean, really. All you have to do, just book your ticket online.
Now, one of these days, I'm going to try the business class, like the business seats. I saw there's like 6 business seats in the front, and you have your own pod, your little seating pod. It's almost like a recliner.
Yeah.
It's very quiet, but it's super luxury looking. It's very, very nice.
Absolutely.
You and only like 6 people in this entire train car by yourself.
Yeah, that's true. It's not too expensive at all. I would recommend, if you're going to take the business trip, do like the long distance one.
Yeah,
so
and you have to book way in advance because they're often, they're often sold out.
Sold out really quick. Yeah. So, so the infrastructure here. I've been to a couple of cities. Like, I went to Wuhan. There's a levitated train. Really, it's awesome. Man.
Oh yeah, I think I saw it. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was
the upside down train.
Upside down train, and in Shanghai, they have the fastest train in the world. The what is it like? The train that also levitates.
Oh, like the magnetic train.
Magnet. Yeah, the magnet one. Unbelievable. And the skyline. What do you think about the cities at night? It's so.
No, they're nice. That's one of the reasons why I had my first video on the new channel. That's Jordan at Mentor Inspired.
Of course, go and subscribe.
I wanted to show you guys what it looked like at night because when we recorded the videos together, we saw it during the day, but at night it looks completely different.
Facts.
Some of the buildings light up, some of the items in some of these corners of these bridges and things will light up.
Yeah.
Sometimes there will be spotlights. Sometimes you'll see writing on the sides of the building. And granted, it's maybe advertisement, but for foreigners, it just looks like cool writing or cool colors.
Absolutely.
Sometimes an entire side of the building, see, it just lit up.
It just lit up.
It literally just lit up as I was talking.
Okay,
see?
yeah. It just lit
the
up.
perfect timing.
The perfect
As I'm
time-
talking,
the perfect
it lights
time.
up.
It's just awesome.
There we go.
Yeah, so
So
that's the one.
that would be a pro because not only does it look nice,
Yeah.
but for me, this also goes into a safety factor.
Yeah.
It helps be visible,
Visible, yes.
so we can have good safety of walking. And another good thing I will say is that in this city, in this area, in terms of a pro, there's lots of different age ranges of people.
Sure.
Children,
Yeah.
teenagers,
Mhm.
20s to 40-year-olds, there's 50s and ups, there's seniors. They're out at all times of the day and night.
Yep.
Early morning,
Yeah.
late at night. And I say this because it's always important to see the demographic, because if you're seeing families with young children, with babies, if you're seeing old people coming out day and night, you know, see a grandmother or grandfather walking around or playing, I don't know, badminton at midnight.
They're together and safe.
They're
you know?
together,
Yeah.
they're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I think family here is very important. Unfortunately, in most Western countries, people are not together, which is sad, isn't it? So, anyways, we don't want to talk about the West too much. We'll talk about some of the pros there. Another pro I'll say is like the opportunity for you to do business, you know, and I just feel like China's the right place. If you want to get into export,
Yeah,
you know, export,
I'm mentioning that to you and everyone a lot.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
yeah.
that was one of the reasons why I was studying a lot of things here, in terms of, you know, I guess hobby, or even just looking at other cities like Shenzhen. Shenzhen was the first city that I was looking into that with logistics. Shenzhen and
Yeah.
Guangzhou. There's lots of foreigners who go there,
Yeah.
specifically from Africa even.
Yeah.
They'll go there, they'll buy a lot of items, gear. They'll buy like 1,000 pairs of shoes,
Yep.
1,000 shirts, hats. They'll buy socks. They'll buy all these notebooks. They'll buy all these different items, take them home, sell them to their local people. And sometimes in the local city, maybe they don't have these items. Sometimes they will have a good price. The exchange rate in some of these areas, at least from China to America, is really good.
Yeah.
You know, people told me that, you know, I always mention the motorbike prices. If I wanted to buy and ship some motorbikes home, some scooters and stuff, I could do that. If I wanted to buy, I think I bought like a little luxury mirror. If I want to sell mirrors or combs or any of these things back to the different industries back in our countries, we can do that.
Yeah.
Or even doing business with the different international companies. You know, there's still international companies here.
Yeah.
Starbucks.
A lot.
There's McDonald's. There's the different banks, international banks. There's we walked past the Ritz-Carlton, which is an international hotel brand. There's the Shangri-La right in front of us, and I definitely know that that's around the world.
Yeah,
I think that's more of a Chinese brand,
It's a Chinese brand, but it's
that's
around the world. Yeah.
Around the world.
Yeah.
So there's definitely opportunity for everyone. I'm trying to think of some other brands, but
They have a Nike, they have
Nike, Adidas, all these things. I was surprised.
They got KFC, McDonald's, you know. Like,
So I will say, as a foreigner, we can't work like, you know, selling burgers.
Of course not.
You know, at the McDonald's. But I will say, if we got a job in a McDonald's, we could work high level in the office.
True.
So you could be in the office high level. Maybe you're an assistant. Maybe you're help with logistics, help with human resources. You can do those jobs on the higher end. You just can't do the basic jobs that any other local can do.
Yeah, that's it. That's so true. And for here, you're a teacher, so
Yeah, English teacher, because English is hard for them.
For them, yeah.
It's hard for a lot of Americans, honestly.
True.
You know?
And we don't teach at a kindergarten, so
no, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't recommend. That's a con.
Yeah.
I don't recommend kindergartens. I
Yeah.
don't recommend kindergartens. People, but the children, they're so cute. No.
Trust
Be careful.
Me, it's hard.
It's very hard.
It's very
hard.
It's not to say we're not good teachers, but I'm telling you,
it's hard to control their behavior.
Yeah.
Some of them, they're babies. They have all kinds of issues. And a lot of teachers, I hear that they don't like dancing. They don't like singing all day, every day. They don't like being the clown teacher, or they will oftentimes become depressed in these jobs because there's not enough variety.
Yeah.
So they end up drinking or smoking or doing all these other questionable things.
Yeah, that's
to kind of build up their pleasure side to help them feel better.
Absolutely. You know what? He can explain more on his channel about this. Honestly, I think it's going to be a perfect topic on his channel. So definitely go and subscribe. So the last few points I have to say in terms of like, I'm saying the pros here, I can't actually think of one of it.
So
the women here.
Okay.
They're so very approachable, isn't it?
Yeah,
I say for them.
I think so.
Yeah.
As a whole,
Yeah.
You know, it depends on your nationality. It depends on your shade. It depends on all these things. And I'll definitely get to in that in my channel. But it depends on a lot of factors. But overall, they're very approachable.
They're very
friendly.
Yeah.
But it just depends on the region. Depends on where they're from.
Where you're from as well. So just to give you a context. Yes, of course, here in China, I always say this really. A lot of the women, because they're very cultural, you know, they rather date within their race, you know what I mean? And if they're going to date someone out there, if you're a white guy, then most likely that's their preference. You're going to stand a better
That is
option.
the highest tier.
That's the highest tier here. So, and but not to like, let's say, kills your dream. If you meet the right one, really just keep trying, and then that's it. And you're going to meet someone that actually into you.
It just kind of, it's hard to say like any one like age or region, but you know, depending on who you are, what city you go to, you know, 20 to 40 or even higher if you're into that. Yeah, that is possible.
Yeah,
that's true.
It is possible.
I've seen most foreigners, or even, you know, I'm talking to one, you know, they'll end up either talking to, dating between the age of 25 and even 35, 25 to 40. They'll end up in this range for many reasons, but the reason would be, honestly, is that the local guys are having their own issues with like dowries and monies and maybe, you know, it's not an issue of I guess leftover per se, because that is a big issue.
It's a big issue.
But it could be, the other issue is that the Chinese men are expected to do a lot. A lot. You have to have a house. You have to have a car.
The expectation
You have to have a good job. You have to prove and impress the family. You have to do all these things. And there's nothing wrong with these things, but you do these things in a way to where if something goes wrong in the relationship, the lady has something to fall back on. So they don't always like that. Okay, I spent this time 10 years to buy this house. Now we're 45 or 50 years old. We don't get along. Now we're divorced. Now she's
taking everything.
Yeah, but that's a common story in a lot of our countries.
Yeah, it's so common as well in the UK. It happened. It's nothing new here. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why we didn't include it in some of the cons, because the sort of thing would not happen to us.
It's not China specific yet, and it hasn't happened. Like I said, it happens to happen directly to me, to us, but really, it has happened to people around me.
Exactly. So everything we're saying here is based on our experience, all right? So don't contradict us. And for generally to end it up on that.
So one more pro we forgot for this video, because we saw it in that other video. So we said the train, but how do you feel about the buses, the taxis, the bikes, your motorbike, all these things are, you know, we're on a bridge. This could also be considered accessibility. Accessibility is a pro.
Absolutely, man. The e-bike, I have one. You have the bicycle, like you can cycle, the Alipay and the Meituan bikes. Unbelievable, man. They're so inexpensive. And basically for the bikes, you can do like the share bikes. Or is it for a month? Maybe we pay with £1 something top up. And you can just use it. It's nationwide, not just one city, nationwide on the share bikes. And then e-scooter, you're charging €1. Full, you get like a full power, will last for a couple of hours.
Good.
And of course in the DD, you know, you can just book it online. Mate, it's so inexpensive, you know.
And if you want to buy an e-bike, because you bought yours, you know, it depends on the quality, but at least in dollars, you know, it can range from $200 US to maybe $1,500 US. So this could be maybe 175 pounds all the way up to maybe 1,000 pounds, depending on the grade of the bike. Now, if you don't want an e-bike, you can still buy a petrol bike, a gas bike, because there are gas stations around. Yeah, that's true, honestly. So now, I think we're going to leave it here. The pros is too much. So any one pros you want to put out there? No, you know, the pro is to come and explore. The money, you make good money. Of course, you make good money. No, I have no money. No. Honestly, we make good money. We make good money. We're very comfortable. Yeah, so you can pick your lifestyle. We're not going to tell you how much we make, though. No. It's not going to happen. No. But let's say the opportunity for you to make money. Try your best to keep that close to your chest, because like I said, I'm going to get into all this in my channel. But try it, because it will. How should I say? It will change people's opinion and perspective. Even in America and London, once they find out everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything
And
about
how much you make.
Yeah.
You know, basically, I think
even
someone out there watching.
Even I showed you guys my loft. You know, I'm careful not to show too many people, local people, in my loft because
what? You're living a posh life.
Oh, you live in a mansion.
Yeah.
You live in a mansion. You live in a castle. I mean, you know, it's okay.
Oh, it's okay, man. Honestly,
but yeah, you can make good money even as a teacher, and the qualification. You still got to be qualified.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And it's better to have experience than to not
have one.
If you're a non-native, you can teach, but it's
going to be hard for you to get a visa.
It's harder for visa.
Yeah.
It's harder in pay.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be making like 9,000 RMB. 8,000 RMB. The lowest I've heard was 7,000 RMB.
Yeah, you can make
pretty much you'll be making almost what a local makes. Which I don't recommend you want to do that. You want to make above and beyond whatever the locals are making.
Basic requirement, you need to be from a native English speaking country, and of course you have no criminal records, and then basically you have a degree, you know, at least 4 years, and then of course then you need to make sure you are in good physical condition as well. And these are just basic. And if you don't have them, then it's going to be hard for you, man.
And I will say, you know, you guys are interested in the money. How much money are you making? Now, the money and the price, it will range from, you know, the lowest I said was 7,000 RMB.
Yeah.
The highest I've heard is some foreigners are making.
Give them dollars.
So,
yes,
$800.
Yeah.
All the way up to maybe $5,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm teaching English.
Teaching English, yeah.
So this is ranging from maybe 7,000 RMB all the way up to maybe, you know, 45,000 RMB or more, you know.
Yeah.
But granted, the prices changed after the 2-year break everyone had in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Some foreigners are here in China making 50,000 RMB.
Yeah.
I get ads and stuff all the time for international schools. Some of them are offering 40,000, 35,000, 20,000. 50,000. It ranges on the school, the city, but you can make a lot of money. If you want to save all that money and early retire, you can do that too.
Fact.
If you want to save that money and travel the world, Malaysia, Taiwan, Japan, Thailand. I love Thailand. If you want to do that, you can do that.
You can do that, right? So, but China is the best place when it comes towards teaching English. I think the quality of life, the friendly people, the food, the scenery, and all around, the wages.
I will give a quick comment on that. You said it's the best place. I was in Vietnam for a year, and the difference is that I was teaching and spending about, I was working an 8-hour day in Vietnam over 12 hours. I was working from 7:30 a.m. until 7:30 p.m.
Wow.
I had my breaks, but still 12-hour day versus the average, my average day here is between 2 hours to 5 hours of in-class work.
Yeah.
2 hours a day versus 12 hours a day. And someone even asked me, oh, but you was working all that time in Vietnam. Of course you was making more money in Vietnam.
No.
I was not making more money in Vietnam. I'm making maybe 2.5, maybe depending on the time of the year, 3 times more than what I was making in Vietnam.
That's mad. That is pretty insane, honestly.
That's a big pro there.
Yeah, that's
the hours and the money.
The hours and the money, honestly, it's the right thing. So I'm going to leave here. Thank you, Jordan, mate. Once again,
appreciate it.
Yeah,
we definitely have to do another video over there in the castle.
In the castle. Well, today we're just going to call it a day. We're going to get some food, of course, Muslim food. Definitely. And that's it, man, Jordan. Yeah, just keep at it, what you're doing. I like it. I watch his video as well. And I'll highly recommend, please go and support his channel, right? It's linked up down below. And
I appreciate it. If we're talking about a niche here, it'll be more education and advice.
There you go. That's it.